Wow. Oh. This might be literally the craziest. Oh, I need to tilt the mic. See, I can't do this. I did it with the camera, a phone camera, and it's not quite right, is it? Ooh, does that look good? Am I centralised? I bet I'm not centralised. Yes. Oh, I need to be that way a little bit. How does that look, guys? We're going to do a little different start to this because it's such a different thing to be. No, I need to go that way, don't I? Oh no, it is that way. Oh no, is it that way? Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Does anybody know what I'm doing? Right. Oh, I tell you what, I can tell you, free of charge. This is I am being smoked, not like a cigar. Oh, hello. Oh, you'll have to excuse my attire this evening. I didn't want to risk my smoking jacket. I mean, I am smoking, right? Anyway, welcome to this rather special edition of Jamming in JimJams in my garden with Jackson 2.0, Robbie 2.0, and the Flames of Avalon making a special guest appearance today. So I just want to make sure that everything before we... Oh, hello. This is just weird, isn't it? It's like nowhere near my mouth. I'm going to be whispering because obviously I live in a residential area, so people will be obviously trying to go to sleep at 10 o'clock at night, like most normal people, even though it's a bank holiday. I did sort of half expect my neighbours to be having a bit of an outdoor barbecue like they sometimes do, which would nicely mask the boy Jervis and his... How's that? Is that better? Still doesn't sound as good as it was next to my mouth. So, first of all, audio, mouth-wise, is that good? Voice, okay. Right, okay. I mean, let's start this. If you've got a fire, you've got to have a marshmallow, right? This is the nutsest thing, because it started raining, so this pole is an umbrella, because I don't have any sort of awning or anything. Exposure, is that good? Does it look good? It's a bit wonky, isn't it? But do I look well exposed? Does it still seem like it's nighttime? Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Okay, so next thing, I'll come back to that because it's taking a little while. Oh, hello. It's outdoors. What do we do with that? I stick it over here on a biscuit. Oh, I do want to do a brief check on the drums just because, yeah, that's not making any sound at all, is it? Okay. How's that for volume? Is that good? Thanks, Richard. I do generally look better in the dark, even though very well lit. And if it's 4:20 for you, you might be lit too. Anyway. Okay, so... Did anyone see that? Tom. Hey, Tom. Jackson's. Oh. Yeah. Generously applied to the polyensense and tracker. Come on. How am I going to do this? Just drop that on the sort of there. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about it. Come on. Okay. If you don't come, you don't get. I'm not dropping anywhere else. This is your thing. Nobody wants to see that though. Oi, on this side. Jackson, you've got a bed with you. Okay, right, so that's just a few kind of... I can hear something. It's so weird being outside. I don't think you'll hear anything unusual out here. But I'm hearing all sorts of sounds that I'm not used to in my own area. In the area. I'm going to move Jackson 2.0 a little bit, just in case he does decide to use his seat. And of course, for those of you who know, that's not really Jackson 2.0, it is Bagpuss. It was very, very Alan Partridge. Anyway, guys, Tom, he's cheeky. Tom is cheeky. Tom's the best though, right? Although, I think, let's start this jam. I don't know how it's going to go. I want no explanation, no apology. Let's just go with it, but I think this will be on. So, sit tight. We'll do hello and all that business. I'm not quite sure how this is going to work, but let's try this. Sluggish, isn't it? Get worse. Oh my goodness. Stop all that noise. I can still hear it. Need a mouthful of tea for that. That was quite something. I don't mean what I've just performed. I mean just getting to the bit to be able to perform. Sorry, that sounded really conceited. It wasn't meant to. It's been a a bit of a challenge to get this. I'm still trying to fiddle with the table as well. It does seem to be wonky, and I don't like that. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me this evening in the garden. Not technically in my pyjamas because it's outside. It's cold, but I've got a pair of jeans on. Don't tell anyone, or the illusion is ruined. Anyway, who is in the chat? So going backwards, we've got Manny himself. Come on in, welcome. Nick Destruct. I got Rich, Oliver Bowen again. I sing. Marky Ixorb, Andy, Tom Curtin as well. Hey sir, what a duo. Azio Head, good to see you. Ixorb, I've already said that. The Wookiee, his furry self. I saw Jason Maggs earlier. Kosh Takai. Goodness gracious, a lot of you in here tonight. Hopefully, hey Robbie and Kent. There we go, Robbie. There you are. Even though we're in a garden full of Robbie, we've still got room for Robbie on the table. Don't put Robbie in the corner. Put Robbie on the table. To Munga, I sing. Actually, I've got some. No, I haven't. Yeah, I have. Got some icing here. Look, icing on my lemon cake. But there we go. Live and direct from my garden with a very. Hey, my Logify, how you doing? I think I've said hello to everyone. If I've not, hey, Richard Olpin, of course. The night is still young. Paul Holmes, hello. I think I've gone back. Who was first? Who was first in the chat? It was my Logify. Welcome. Followed by Morning Star. Ooh, the bringer of light. Hey, Brett Lemmings, how you doing? You're not here, and nor is your cat. I'm happy to hear that, Richard. I'm happy to hear that. Anyway, my cats, as you can see, have made somewhat of an appearance, which is more than I thought they would do, which is why we've got Robbie 2.0 and Jackson 2.0. And just for some of you who have not seen Jackson, because he was purchased for this very purpose, for going on location with kit powered, and obviously I could just run a power cable, powered by power banks. So it'd be quite interesting to see how long this lasts. And that's a 10,000. It's got an old power, a 20,000 milliamp hour old Orky. I've got a pair of those. One for the tracker and one for the synth. I've got lights powered by, so 2 studio lights, small ones powered by batteries. Those are battery powered lights behind me. You know, it's literally. It's hopefully could all fit in a rather sort of handy knapsack for hiking up a hill. And of course, I've got a tripod with my camera, and I've got the ability to take 2 synths or a stereo feed and a microphone into my phone and do this. The problem I will have is that my moderators contact me on a separate phone, and I've got you in front of me on an iPad. Now I won't have that, but I would imagine I might have this a bit closer because I really can't read what you're saying there. But obviously I wanted to get the expanse. There must be a way of doing this with mobile phones tethered, or maybe having some sort of program to, you know, yeah, somebody must do that. Anyway, if you know, comments below or in the chat, let us know, because this is something I'm quite keen on doing, and it has been really in my wheelhouse since I started playing music, is taking instruments out into nature, whether it was a guitar or a synth, and messing around with it. Usually in the garden with synths, guitars, obviously very portable acoustic guitars. So anyway, so what are you all drinking? I've got a lovely cup of tea, because I figured I kind of needed something stiff to get me through the sort of sort of setup phase of this. And then it was raining, hence the umbrella. It stopped raining now though. The fire was going corker earlier, so it's calmed down now. I'm just going to give it a little poke. Talk amongst yourselves, or if you have any questions, Steve, I think Sam might be around. Just QQQQ, that's 4 Qs, and that'll give me a chance to see it. Oh, QQ from Kentsbong. When was the last time you washed Bagpuss? Because he looks like I was a few washes weeks ago, and it didn't go well. Oh. He came from a charity shop very recently, actually, so I think he's quite clean. I don't know if I'm gonna have to stuff him because it's a pajama case. I'm gonna have to stuff him with something, but he'll definitely be coming up hills with us. Hey Jamie, how you doing? Caught a bit of your show earlier on, but in amongst setting up stuff in there, and then I couldn't find the stream. It's weird on my so I'm on these. Log it anyway. That's the joy of doing stuff like this. Is it throws new challenges at you, and it's this is looking good. That is tasty. Who doesn't love a fire outdoors? Really, sort of primal kind of the dawn of mankind, when fire was our best friend and a means of keeping away creatures that would probably eat us as a species. Oh God, I've made it all smoky again. Note to self: do it further back. I still think it would come for me. I don't know why. Yeah. So there we go. Is he quiet? The Wookie. I am being a little quiet because I'm in a residential area and I don't want to be yelling my normal. Yeah. Thanks, Jamie. JimJams in the garden. So I am being a bit quiet. Are you having a late night burger? No. There's no barbecue here. We're just having the usual cakes. Oh, good Lord. Because I've been ill since Thursday night. I don't know what I ate on Thursday. So I ate something which did not agree with me. I went out and had a lovely... I went to a gig. I don't often go out. Let's talk about the food in a minute. I don't often go out. And on Thursday, was it Thursday in the middle of the day, or was it Wednesday? Hey, what are you doing tomorrow? I'm playing. Be great to see you. My partner would love to see you too. Haven't seen you for ages. Paul Booth, sax player from such artists from my time with Steve Winwood, but also plays with Incognito. He has done a stint with Jamiroquai. He played with the Eagles in Europe, and I haven't seen him for they toured with Steely Dan in 2019. I think that might have been the last time I spoke to him in chat and stuff over there, but haven't actually physically seen him obviously since before COVID. And as a live musician, that it could have affected him. He thankfully had a lot of good stuff before that. So he was playing with Adrian Utley's new little outfit. So, and I've met, and Adrian used to be a customer of mine many years ago. I was in my 20s, so crikey. I did try and remind him. I mean, Richard, you were with him, weren't you, in Bristronica? Same kind of conversation, I used to be a customer. I was like, I can't really remember, but oh yeah, I think I do, sort of thing. It's a long time ago. But it was nice to see him, have a little chat about modular and stuff. He's off to Super Booth. Was quite nice. But music, great little gig. Very, very jazz. Started with him playing Prophet 5. Keyboard player had actually, all jazz keyboard players have Nord pianos, right? I think this is the Nord. The Electro, which has got everything on it. He had some really interesting sounds. He used a lot of effects, and at one point, because I couldn't see the keyboards, I was right at the back, I thought he had a Hohner pianette with a bunch of guitar pedals. It sounded like, Hohner pianette sounds very dull. I thought it was that, and I actually told him, I spoke to him later on, and oh yeah, he says ring modulation, apparently. So that's the key to getting a good quality piano to sound nasty, is ring modulation. But he also used a Roland Gaia. Who knows what people, these are what people use, So, we can be as snobby as we want about stuff, but it's about getting the job done, and agreed, see. Yeah. So, I missed any questions. Just finishing a can of cheap Tesco's Jabal Mango beer. Oh, I see. What else have we got? Sparkling water for Steve. Dr. Pepper, of course. Oliver, Bottle of cab sav. Oh, okay. There we go. There we go. What are we doing? Where are we going? Anyone else? It's not a fire. No, it was a fire. It's a coal trying to be one. Well, actually, it's all made of wood, but I daren't put more wood on it. It was quite fierce. The wood I've been drying for a while, so it was really fierce. And of course, that's nice. It's gonna. Oh, it's so good. It's keeping me warm enough. What planet are you streaming from? Billy Budd, I'm streaming from my garden. Just one of those things. I thought when I did the walk up to the castle when I was in Wales visiting my mum with the kids, I thought it would be a good idea to do that again with a bit more preparation. So, like, weird. I could feel the ground vibrate. That's cold now. I need one of those heated sort of heat cups that retain the heat. A lidded, double-walled cup. Yeah, so I thought it'd be a great idea to sit down and think how I could have done it better, which I did the very next day. And I figured out that the DJI mics that I use will accept a line input. So that's the second mic. So that's now going into the tracker. I can't really show you a closer version of this, but I might do a video on, an actual feature on this. Because then that goes into this, and obviously that's a stereo output. That's it. So thankfully this has got a line input, which I am putting the synth into. Mini jacks, all mini jacks. So the mini jack MIDI out from the tracker to clock the in. Although that bass line, for whatever reason, when I brought it in, it just sounded so, as you probably heard. If you haven't heard the jam that I preamble jam, go back later and watch the jam, because at the moment I bring in the drums, it's like, whoa! I had to drop out the synth and almost start the jam from the tracker and then build it up again. It was almost like trip hop meets synth pop, kind of retro wave, and they had a fight, and neither won. It wasn't pretty. So I then figured out that it kind of started to sync better then, that way around. Trip hop with influences of that sort of cyber synth pop. Ooh, I can see things. Don't forget your biscuits. Right, so have anyone got any snacks? It's Easter. Just want to say happy Easter if you're Christian. Your God has risen. Happy Easter if you're pagan. Life begins. Life, death, rebirth. And it's also the 20th of April. So if you celebrate that, get lit. Anyway, so I was ill all weekend, and I literally had never slept so much. Friday I just slept. And Saturday I started. No, I didn't. Did I start feeling? I did start feeling better. I still slept. I just rested. So today has been the only day that I've done a little bit of chores, but I baked. So lemon drizzle cupcake. Oh God, I can't really see it. Which is super lemony. That's a Waitrose recipe. I was looking for a recipe that didn't use 4 eggs. I mean, we're talking a small cake. 4 eggs. I don't want that many eggs in my confectionery. So baking produce. So this has got 2 eggs. We'll give it a taste. It's like hop crib. Yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it, Jamie? With it being Easter. Oh, wow. It's like being slapped in the face with a lemon wrapped around a brick. Spot the. I made that cake in a cake form for my mum's birthday. She was very impressed, which was nice. Anyway, we've also got some Easter biscuits. in the shapes of, oh, you can't really see it, can you? In the shapes of bunnies. Can you see that? It's a bit distorted, almost zombified, certainly, and tiny. Mm. 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 I was supposed to sugar that, wasn't I? Oh. I gifted some of these and some of the cookies, standard oatmeal, oat and raisin, although they're mixed peel, they're mixed fruit, and some extra spice. They're a bit of a Christmas and Easter. I mean, you know, both pagan festivals as well. Mm. So I gifted them to some the friendly staff at my local convenience store who have to work today, which isn't great. So I went and gave them those early on. So, it's not bad. The fruit's not great though. I've run out of proper raisins. So I don't know what. Hang on a minute. I haven't run out of raisins. I bought hundreds of packets. I know where they are. You know, I like to have a store cupboard that's full of things, and I like to have backup for things that I use a lot. Oh gosh, this sounds very boring now, and I couldn't find my backup, so I thought I'd run out of something, and I hadn't. That's how ill I was this weekend. Chewy and crumbly, but not crisp. That's the one. Anyway, so we've got Easter eggs, which are obviously laid by angels and benefit from being incorporated into an eggs benediction. Yeah, exactly. And I think the egg of life, eggs, is a very good thing, isn't it? It breathes new life and rebirth. Which came first, though? The chicken or the chicken parmesan? Cheers. That's what I had yesterday. Chicken yesterday, and I had a scrambled egg for lunch. Today, taking it easy on the food. So yeah, hello Linux Bender. How you doing? So yeah. So if you just come in, biscuit, you arrived in time for biscuits. I told you had a treat earlier on when I saw you in another stream. Gin and tonics all round then. I think so. I'd never be cruel to a gin and tonic again. Be right back. Going to fetch some cookie. Oh, sorry. This happens, isn't it? I just do this and people get hungry. I really must. No, this is part of what I do. This is the thing. Oh, this keeps turning off. That's not good. Oh, for goodness sake. Why are you do that? Oh, you've even lost the chat. Brilliant. So I've no idea if I've missed something. Oh, lordy. No. Messenger is being updated. Try again later. I don't normally use that. I use that, but I'm using that for that. So that's going to be, do you know what? I can see. For the moment, Steve, and is Panda in the chat, or is he still on a field in Bristol to the sound of dub bass? Could be. Having a good time. So yeah, be patient with me. And yeah, any questions? Yeah, 4Qs. 4Qs. Cheers. Right. So yeah, so it was quite an interesting thing to put together, and of course I put them together separately, which was silly, which perhaps was why I went two different ways, but at least I actually programmed the sounds on the synth. I spent a couple of hours in bed. They're great synths for the bed. They're great boxes for the bed, even, shall I say, because obviously you can't call the tracker a synth. But I've got a credit with the Polyend store for a sound pack stroke sample pack. So whilst that's the newest, I've had that the longest, I could do with spending more time. Jackson 2.0, I think you'll find, not Bagpuss. Although no cats. Are they going to be? I'll try and get them back. But that works. Come on. Don't worry about the fire, it's not for you. Come on. You're going to have to jump up. There you go. There we go. We don't need that there, do we? We don't need it on the floor, though. So, yeah, okay. missed anything. That's good. Okay. Hey, KV5, how you doing? So yeah, welcome to the garden. So if you just joined us, yeah, I decided to test out all the kit I would take up a mountain to do this. Maybe do more live, but there's sort of no synth network kind of vibe. For, hello. You're not going to find anything over there. Oh, yeah, they just can't help themselves, can they? You think there's something over there, there's not. Promise you. I just want to knock Robbie off. Not rock Nobby off. That's a different thing altogether. That's more to do with, what was that band? Slade? Or Oasis as they became. Yeah. There's no Jackson. Jackson at one point, Jackson, where is Jackson? There is no Jackson. There is no, Jackson won't come out. He was on the trampoline down there, and he didn't want to come out. Tom's far more confident about being in the outside, aren't you, mate? With me, yeah. Although your brother Jerry didn't ever used to sit on your knee at all. It's so weird. You will do that. Go on, just get in his seat. Have yourself some sofa times. Is it because of the lights on it? You know, never worked with children and animals. And we got both here, right? Oh, look at that. Yeah. He's found the treats. That's just, oh. Yeah, so this is what we're doing. We're just trying this out. And I thought it'd be safe to do it rather than in an environment where it might be a bit crazy. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's very quiet. I've taken my headphones off. I must be really loud. Sorry, guys. I'm going to whisper for a little bit. Do Whispering Bob. Welcome to my garden at midnight. It's super quiet. Super quiet. So, yeah. So I think what I will do is I'll buy, or rather I'll get the sample pack for the Polyan tracker and start playing with that a bit more. But like I said, they're fantastic, sort of fantastic instruments to take to bed. Replying to Steve. What? Oh, what's that doing? Okay, cool. Yeah, so, but obviously playing them together was something I hadn't started and initially done. But you know, they make good companions, and that's the beauty of them. I think, is that they are, you know, very much designed to be sort of used together, same form factor. But yeah, I think spend more time with the track. It's not. I don't find it difficult, and I think compared with things like the Digitone, which if I don't play for a little while, I often get really confused about. Having spent a little bit of time with that last night, it was very obvious. I was just trying to put Tom off. Okay. Yeah, so I thought it was. I got it again, which is really nice. You know, it's a step up from the circuits in a lot of ways, but the circuits have got no screen, so you've got another learning curve there. But you know, equally both really so different approaches, but both very straightforward, I think. Although some people do struggle, I think, with the way the verticality of the tracker. Don't know, just seems fine. Tilt screen. Like, should have done that, shouldn't I? So yeah, so there we go. So this is going to be something I will probably do again. The only thing I need to invest in is, or I think I would invest in is time to learn how I can walk up a mountain with my phone, and I've got quite a big gimbal, which is too heavy for the phone really, but it's the only one I've got. So I've got a really old mobile one, but it just won't take that phone. And we'll see maybe I should switch to the old Samsung. I don't know, just the camera's not as good. Technology behind it isn't as good. Anyway. It was meant to sound wrong, I think. What was wrong? What sounded wrong? I'm off to Jackson's stream then. Yeah, he's streaming. He's streaming from the studio. Where actually is he? This is just like super smoky. I'm going to prod the fire a minute, just to sort of get a bit more. Oh, hello. Oh, I think I should have done that. Let's put a bit of smaller twigs so we can. There's an abundance of twiggage in my garden, so this is all helping. Doing me a favour, really. Maybe do some gardening and streaming. Welcome to the smoking section of the show, which I suppose for 420 does make it really, well, relevant to some of you anyway. Right, so how are we doing for time? 45 minutes in, crikey. Well, that went quickly, didn't it? Seems like Saturday Night Live skit about to break out. Well, I think that's me in total, isn't it? Always. Get some petrol. Oh my God. I've got dry leaves here. I can just keep piling up the... Yeah. We don't need it to go too wild because at the end of the day, it's an hour-long stream. If it kind of peters out, that's gonna be on its own. I don't like it. Don't leave fire unattended at any point. Tom Curtin, I'm working on some new patches for the Polyend synth. Tom, that is music to mine ears. Yes, please, thank you. Music. Oh. Was I not supposed to say? Anyway, we'll forget that ever happened. He's retracted the message. Okay, he'll send some over. Brilliant, thank you. So, shall we little jam out? I don't know how it's going to be because I haven't really got anything programmed on this. I did, it's funny, I couldn't find the shift button. It's in a beautiful place on the synth. And I was like, oh, where's the shift? I know how to change the volume, but where's the shift? And it's there. So it's like, oh, master. Oh. So let's do something a little bit different. Let's quit the let's get back to the pattern. Come on, where is it? Do you know what? What's it doing? Enter. Right. What are you? Pattern 22. Thank you. Okay. Why you give me that? Who doesn't love a good Simmons? Was that bass drum? It's 12. And I know there's an easy way of doing this, but I can't remember how to do it. I tried to do it last night and it just didn't work. Sometimes it's just nice to click buttons to input stuff. And that's one of the things I love about this. Is you're just going, that's it. So, let's speed it up a bit. Oh, I can't remember what the tempo is. No, let's leave it there. Again, a bit Vangelis-y, isn't it? Okay, let's get some. Oh, are you muted? What was that? A random trumpet. Okay, what are we going to do? We're going to go. Let's go back that one, and we'll go. Stop it! Stop you! Stop! God damn you! Just want hi-hat. That's a snare. Seriously, where is it? Jeez, sorry guys, it's a bit. Maybe it's because. Yes, because I'm whispering. No one else can hear the synth. So yes, compared to my voice, the synth is loud. Sorry guys. I think I need to find a better way of. My moustache isn't big enough to clip it to. No, stick it to my mouth. No, that's really, really silly. I think I just need to. Right, that's definitely the right sound. So let's go for that. Got you. All right. Oh, what am I doing? Fad? What the hell's that? Right. Hell indeed. Oh, is it 8? Right, okay. Okay, that's how you program hi-hats, yeah? And the loop's still in there, somehow. You saw what I did. There was no way that... Oh, there you are. Got you. That's such a cliche. Isn't that the same loop that was used on... what was that program with Mark Lamar that did the... Never mind the Buzzcocks. Lovely band, the Buzzcocks. There we go. Right. If I do this... Let's sort the volume out now. That's quite a little bit loud, isn't it? Let's see what else we can bring in. a double bass. Also got a bit of a sort of craftworky vibe to it. Break it down a bit. I think that's the physical modelling. No, is it engine? No, it's a phase engine, which I think. Motion and that sound. Very hypnotic. Two components, shape 1, shape 2, together. Cross modulation as well, the X and Y axis. And you've got a resonant filter. If you did really want steel pan sound. All right. Let's bring that fat bass back in. Got to point out that the delay is doing a lot of work there. Of course, the bass line is the acid engine. go, there we go. So, what's our third sound? Physical modelling. After me slating it last week, I played with it. Such a nice delay. Effects in the synth are brilliant. Hey, Recon. Let's make that sound strike. Horrific. What was the name of the voice synth on the Apple computers? It sounded a bit like that. Come on, somebody must know. It's probably still there. Anyway. Okay, let's bring them back in. Sounds like demented FM toys. Robbie, you still there? Playing your song. Hey David, welcome to my garden. It's a very odd combination. Something trip-hoppy, acid. I don't even know what that is. It's like that bit in Akira where the toys come alive. That's what that was. Well, I can't believe how quiet it is. It's really quiet. I feel almost like I've been shouting. So I'm going to do this now like the kids do. Thank you for joining me tonight. We'll do the ASMR moment. It's an hour and 5. We've managed to do it. The battery level of my power banks. Let's check that. Let's do a little bit of a... So... two of these 20,000, quite old power banks, and Scott just hasn't used any power at all. That's just powering the tracker. Let's have a see what the same one powering the synth hasn't used any. I can't see my. Yeah, that says 50%, so that's expected. It's a thin light. I don't know about that one that's got an extra battery. I can use double batteries on those. That thing over there, who knows? But there we go. The concept works. These work really well. as do the line output. The only thing is, you may have noticed, or you may not have noticed, but I know, and I'm going to tell you because I'm that kind of person. It was in mono. Tonight's show was in mono. Unsubscribe now. No, don't. No. Tell your friends, subscribe. Do us a favour, drop us a like if you haven't already done so. How are we doing for likes? Steve. Oh, my phone keeps going off. So the annoying thing is that I guess this. Oh, hello. Going to sleep every few minutes. What equipment is being used here? Well, we're doing it on the phone. KV, a couple of weeks ago, I did a little trip on a World of Synths Wednesday. World of Synths Wednesday. Oh my God, I just coined it. And I hadn't planned on using any music, but I brought the Polyend synth and a power bank, and we managed to do some music, although I had a speaker. So I thought it'd be a great idea to get everything connected up and running on batteries. So everything tonight has been run on batteries, including the lights, the camera, the microphones, the line input. That's obviously part of the same dual microphone kit as my interview kit for when I do trade shows, as Robbie will attest, having had me thrust one of these on him. Anyway, so hey Keith in Watford, how you doing? So yeah, so the idea was to practice and see if it's possible to stream synthesizers live and run the show with one camera, which is obviously what I've done tonight, and hopefully not not use the thing. So yeah, so tracker, synth synced together, line output from the synth into the tracker's line input, stereo line output into the microphone, 2 microphones running mono into obviously what you would happen, to be fair, if we ran this stereo, you would have me going into there on your left side, I imagine, and the synths being on your right side, so it'd be quite distracting. So this isn't something I'll be doing every week, but it's something I want to be able to do as and when. And if I go away, what a great idea. What a great idea to just take a synth of a mountain and to a castle, which is what we did. So anyway, thank you for joining me in my garden tonight and suffering my weirdness of the camera falling over just by being pulled. But I think it all worked. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you don't already do so. Tell your friends, we need to get the channel up a bit more. We're nearly approaching the the anniversary of me streaming. It will be close to a year that I started streaming, and I've done it consistently. So thank you for joining me on that journey and continuing that journey, and let's carry on. Let's not stop. So yeah, the idea is that we do the Wednesday World of Synth on Wednesday, usually in the studio. It's jamming in JimJams, also in the studio, and then we'll do an impromptu no synth, or sometimes a synth. On location kind of broadcast in another week. So that's maybe three a week if I can do that. I want to start making some content again, but it's kind of heavy stuff. So let's get everything else working wonderfully. And there's some things coming for the channel. Keep your eyes peeled. So yes, thank you all very much. Thank you, Recon. Yeah, and that goes back for days. So there's more to explore. And I think I've got a big not a tarpaulin. Oh, not a marquee. I did this earlier on. I couldn't remember the name for gazebo. I just couldn't. I still can't. I can't remember the name for gazebo. I've got one of those somewhere, which would be good to have set up somewhere halfway down so that it's always available to sort of get out and play. So, thanks, guys. Right. I'll play out, I guess. Or I just say goodnight and thanks and bye. I think we did play out, but anyway, catch you all on Wednesday. Have a great time until then. Be good to yourselves and each other. I'm going to take this off and put it to Bagpuss. No Jackson tonight. That was very disappointing. Jackson. Cheers, guys.